Hello, friends. This is Sanjay with KMF Business Advisors. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, I'm going to share with you a tip. If you are a seller trying to sell your business on your own and you don't want a broker to represent you, I just want to share with you some things that you can avoid in order to really jeopardize your business. So always good to hire a business broker if you're looking to sell a business so that everything is secured for you. But anyways, if you don't want to hire somebody, here are certain tips that you can do. Now, I was following up with the seller, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's been 2 months. And what happened was he had a convenience store with beer, wine, and all the good stuff. Fortunately, he tried to avoid dealing with me. It's okay. We can have all the things in the world, but they did what they had to do. And he ended up listing on Craigslist. And he also listed on Biz by Sell, you know, sell your business without an agent, fine. I mean, what happened was he had a lot of calls. He gave his phone number, he gave his email address, started getting calls, people called him. So this one couple of individuals who were partners, they approached him and they say, "Hey, Mr. Seller, I'm really interested in buying your business." And now this guy was a convenience store. "I'm really interested in buying your business. Can you share with us the numbers?" Seller said, "Fine. Show me the money." They said, "Fine, we can show you the money. That's not a problem." They went through the process. The seller gave them all the information he could. And listen to me, this happens in the real world. Okay. You have to protect yourself no matter what. You have to protect your business. You have to protect your everything because that business is what pays your expenses and your lifestyle. The seller distributed all the information with the buyer, and the buyer looked very legitimate that they are going to go and buy. They met the landlord. They did a letter of intent. Everything that the basic uh, rules of the regulation is. Now, all of a sudden, the seller never heard back from the buyer. And a few months later, this all happened in the past year. And a few days, in fact, not months, days later, there is a new liquor store that just opened across the street. And in that liquor store was a grocery store with a liquor store. So they had an exclusive four cup license where they can even put where they can even put a bar, a restaurant. I mean, they can literally do everything in there. Now, these buyers had the money. The only thing that the seller made the big mistake was not to make them sign a non-disclosure agreement. Okay. Look, sometimes, see, I've been in business every time. I have businesses myself, but to avoid commissions, what does it cost you? What do commercial agents charge? Some of the agents that I know charge 5%, 10%, 15%. The highest I've seen is 20%. Regardless of what the commission is, you have to sell, securely. You want to sell your business confidentially because what happened in this case with this seller was he got excited. He got excited. Wow, I'm gonna get money. I'm gonna get this. I don't need to pay commission to Mr. Sanjay because he's every day driving me crazy. And now when you have a buyer going across the street and opening a business similar to yours, what do you think your business is doing now? You literally gave away all the information to that buyer and you never made them sign a non-disclosure agreement. So I'm going to tell you where to get a non-disclosure agreement. You go to Rocket Lawyer here. I'm going to share with you. This is a very nice website. I use it for some documentations. Rocketlawyer.com, and in the search bar you search NDA. Is going to show you non-disclosure. Now, there's two ways you can do an NDA. This is if you decide to sell it yourself. You can fill out the information, just basic stuff about your business, about you, everything else. When a buyer walks into your store, or when a buyer calls you and says, listen, I need information, I need this. The first thing you are going to tell the buyer or their agent is, listen, you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement. This agreement protects you in many, many ways. Now, such agreement are made by attorneys in the industry, like really good attorneys in the industry. Now, I'm not saying this is one of the best agreements. We as business brokers use a lot of non-disclosure, and it's actually made by the top attorneys in the country. But unfortunately, I cannot share that with you because it's strictly for us. But you can definitely go and buy a non-disclosure agreement. I think Rocket Lawyer sells this for, I don't know, it's very cheap. 20 bucks, $5, $10, something like that. But it is worth investing. Every time a buyer comes, you make them sign the disclosure. The basic concept of the disclosure is that you are releasing information of your business to the buyer. Now, down the road, and there is a limitation of how many days, whatever it is there to protect you. If down the road a buyer decides to open a business similar like yours, guess what? You, with this agreement, you can go after them with a lawsuit. Okay, it is going to save you. do do your due diligence. It's okay to list it over here, it's okay to list on biz by sell, but do not release information to the buyers if they're not willing to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Second most important thing you want is, after they sign a non-disclosure, you want to get a letter of intent or some kind of contract before you give any information. And in that contract, you want to get an escrow deposit. You have to have. Now, a lot of buyers are going to get pissed off. Why are you crazy? I'm not giving you. Listen, if a buyer is serious, if a buyer is not there to play around with you to get that information, he or she is going to sign, he or she is going to give you an escrow. Who's going to hold the escrow? Is your attorney or their attorney? Tell them, put an escrow, give it to your attorney. I just need something for me. Give them a due diligence period, 10 days, 15 days, whatever you want to do. If they want to shadow your business, shadowing means they want to come and sit down at your business and see what's going on. Is it worth it? If it's not worth it, let it be. It's okay. Give them 15 days, 10 days of shadowing. But be very, very careful of not giving away information without getting any confirmation from it. Okay? This happened to this fellow. Now he is listed with us, but his sales have dropped tremendously just because The guy went across the street, the partners went across the street and opened a similar business like him. And you know, my friends, how it feels when somebody comes next to you and opens the exact same business. It is it's very, very bad. So, if you want to sell a business, you can reach out to me. I serve the entire state of Florida. If you are watching this video from another state, I can connect it with you. I can connect you guys some of the really good business brokers in the industry. I work with nationwide. And listen, my friends, sometimes saving this much can really make you spend that much, you know. So be careful if you're looking to purchase, to sell a business. Let the professionals handle it for you. You know, I've been selling businesses for many years. I have seen things I cannot even tell you. But if you protect yourself from step one, you're going to avoid all the obstacles for life. All right. Thank you so much for watching. This is Sanjay Wadhwani with KMF Business Advisors. Thank you and have a blessed day. Thank you. Bye bye.